Get to see who's here. And then I'll show you I was bad on my stash busting. I still haven't finished what I'm supposed to do, but I instead started something completely different. Anyway, Charlotte's here from Cold Bergen. How cold did it get in Bergen today? Because I thought I think we had like -10, although the thing is lying now and says we have -1, and I don't believe that. You're at the Texas Viking Festival today. How is that? Ah, that's Lindsay, by the way, and welcome back. And Albert here, he's just jumped in to say hi and Merry Christmas to you all. I saw a God Jul earlier too. Yep, Charlotte and Heidi Lee said God Jul. Next Saturday is Christmas Eve, and that's the big day in Norway. So we might have to send on Sunday, but we'll be in Selja, Carl's hometown. So that'll be fun. I'll ask him when we get here whether we should try Sunday or not, because Sunday's Christmas Day, so maybe. Friday's completely out. I've got to be with my father-in-law that day. So take the kids to see the grandparents. That'll be fun. Garcia's here. It's cold, -3 there. And Susan Youngman is in Frankfurt. I can't say Adirondacks anymore, but welcome back. Welcome to Frankfurt, and hope you find all your furniture and stuff. Or is it still on the way, Susan? Kiwi's here. God Jul. Merry Christmas. Charlotte said it was -10, but now less, but feels colder. Yeah. Oh, we're doing well. I think it was -10 today. I know that Carl went out and did one tour for 45 minutes. It was like so cold when he came in again. So he was feeling bad for Runa, who was out there for 4 hours today. And so when Runa came in, we're like, how are you doing? He's like, no, I'm fine. I just sit by the fire and warm my hands. So we figure Carl just needs more meat on his bones. I don't know. Are you coming? Ah, I can show a stitch first. Kristen's is here from Canada. Where's Virginia been? Ah, she's back in Spain. She's going to designer school. So it's just me and Carl for the longest time now. And we got Greg back last week. But he's still, everybody's been going home earlier because of the snow. Runa's been home too. I tried to get him to come with peppercocker today. So we'll see if he came. But first I'll tell you what I did that I wasn't supposed to do. This yarn is not in my stash busting at all, but it is old yarn. I probably had it for about 20 years. But my kids stole my mittens. And I'll just turn this actually. Oop, there. My kids stole my mittens, so I had to make myself a pair of mittens. And I'm this far. And if you know this stitch, you know that this is taking forever. This is Åsle. It is, hi Carl, I see you, Carl. Whoop, sorry. It's super thick and super dense. So I'll get my little needle winding and I can show how it's done, and then you're going to bake. No, you're not going to bake. You're going to build a peppercocker house, Carl.
I think I'm better at architecture than baking.
Yeah, go out and take 5 minutes and then come right back. You're going to bake architecture. Well, that's good. You can build. No, I didn't know if you need 5 minutes, so I'll show 2 stitches and then we'll play with peppercocker. You're not getting away for long. I told Carl he's going to make a peppercocker house. Didn't he look like it? I was on drugs. Anyway, but yeah, it's a super, super dense stitch. This yarn is actually only this thin, and I am not needle tensioning, and it's that thick. And this is the inside. Right side facing you when you bind, and the outside, the wrong side, which should be facing away from you. But it's kind of a cool texture too, though. So this is the needle I was looking for the other week. It is a long weaver's needle. And there's like a flat tip on it, but this one has a little bit of a sharpness to it, and I prefer the one that doesn't because it picks. So first, before I show you that, I'll show you, I think this is under other stitches. Nella's on, she might know maybe. So, grabbed some thicker yarn. First I'll show you Dalarna, if you haven't done Dalarna before. It's slightly Åsle related. So first we have to make stitch. So you start with a loop with the end pointing down, and then you hide that away. For Åsle, just like Åsle, you need 2 loops. This is 1, so you need 1 more. Go under everything and then don't let the yarn jump. Now you have 2. Old one, new one. So just like Åsle, you take this away from you. But instead of going this way, you go under and off, and then under the leader yarn. Then pull through, and now you have the loops facing this way. because you went under that yarn instead. So we're always going to use the one on the left. The right one is the oldest one. This one's the second newest. So you go in from the right to left, and then you go under that one. It has to completely come off your thumb. Put that one on top. And if you've ever done dollar knit, it is absolutely awesome. It looks like a weaver's stitch, but it's really not any more difficult than Åsle. But it is very twisty in the first row, so you have to kind of check before connecting. There we got the top one again. So then I'll show you how I did Åsle, which is like dollar knot on drugs. But it makes a cool stitch. I don't know if you can see it, it's not enough. Okay. So Åsle, dollar knot on drugs. So this one, this is time consuming, by the way. Literally, I had a lot of time. I spent 2 days on this. I did not even work. I took the days off. 2 days to do that. And then, of course, I had to cook food for my kid and whatever. Go Christmas shopping and stuff. Be nice to my neighbor. And take her to the mall, too. So, but 2 days, and that's as far as I got. They're going to be complete mittens when I'm done. They are not wrist warmers. Although this one is almost a wrist warmer now. Okay, so this one, if I had to have 4 stitches on my thumb. So this is my new one and my old one. Actually, I could show how that started first. Let's see, because it's going to get confusing. I think there's a couple of variants of Åsle anyway. You'll see it on that page, the Nylock and Tut page. So we need 4 loops. There's 1, 2. You can start this in many different ways. I'm just doing the easiest start, but it's probably not the prettiest. 3 and 4. Okay, so I have 4. This you'll have 2 behind you. Let's see. So you take these 2 away, and then you go under the second to the last loop, and then through this one like normal. Oh, that was stupid. What the hell did I do there? Somebody swear with me. It goes better if I swear. How the hell did I do that? Just give me 1 minute, I said to Carl. Just 1 minute. And here I am fiddling with yarn because it got stuck on each other. I don't know what the hell I did. I think I put the yarn around my work before joining it. I'm a pro, right? Okay, then we pulled it through. Now there's 3 stitches pointing this way, just like the other one. But we don't want the last one. We want just these 2. And you go through those. Then you go like dollar knot under the second one, but normally through the first. And this is not in a Russian family, and this is not in a Finnish family. But again, it's just the name, not where they come from. This is Åsle. It looks like Oslo, but it's Å, A with a circle over it, S-L-E, Åsle. So there we want the end 2. And this one goes underneath like dollar knot, and that one goes through. So it's super thick. So there I have this one back on my hand without being on the needle because I got it stuck and had to pull it off. This is about all the needle binding you're getting out of me today, sorry. My arms are actually much better. I don't know what it was. It was like a light switch. All of a sudden, on Tuesday, they were almost completely fine. I can still feel it a little bit better. I mean, a little bit, but nothing compared to like it's been for the last month. So I'm wondering if maybe I just pinched a nerve and it didn't actually, maybe it wasn't actually the carpal tunnel and the tendonitis. Okay, so this one, when you connect it, you're connecting it M1, this middle one, and then F1. The last one, it's hard to see with this yarn, but like that. You're connecting it that way. That makes it even thicker. And then I have my new and my old and the 2 loops this way, which are impossible to see. And because this is applied yarn, it's easy to split the ply and make it look like 2 when it's 1. There, 1, 2, go under that one, and then through. That's a little tight because my work has been sitting. can do one more. So we'd go M1, which is the middle one, and then F1, which is that one. I think if I haven't split it, it's really easy to split the yarn when this is sharp. Plus it's dark yarn and it's a 2-ply yarn. Just like I had to bring that up to my eyeballs. There, like that. And then go to the left 2. No, Lock and Dot has a really nice slow video for this. She has a little different start, but it's a good start. So those 2, and then under the second one, and regularly through the first one. So that's how I did it. Feel like trying it? Use really, really thin yarn on it, and don't needle tension. It'll feel loopy at first, but it is really, really dense, this stitch. Because this is actually baby yarn from Auto Priests, I think. Cheap yarn from like 20 years ago. I was knitting and crocheting hats out of it. And I just needed mittens, so, because my kid stole mine. I think I might have split my yarn there. You can see how long each stitch takes. So yeah, 2 days on these suckers and they're not even done yet. I might get them done by summer. But the thing is, now I got to commit myself to finishing them. But this is absolutely nothing with my stash busting to do. This is just one hell of a big distraction. So now I see what you guys do. Okay. And then where are you guys going for Christmas, by the way? The Amaro is here. Hi, and Lyra is here as well. Lindsay says it's a balmy 50 degrees here in tiny Page, Texas. All right, we no longer like you anymore, Lindsay. Here we are in -10 Celsius. Charlotte says, fire is always nice. Can sit there for hours watching and poking. Yes, you have to come back here and poke the fire here. Whoops, I'll turn this again. There. Then we'll get Carl back in a second. And just read a bunch of... Yeah, Kiwi, you should try that stitch. It's on my lock and top, but there's a couple of different ones. There's one where that you don't take the 2 loops behind your thumb. You just take the one and then go through, and it's a little bit looser, but that connection, the M1, F1 connection, that one is what really makes it super tight. But it's good if you have skinny yarn because you don't have to needle tension at all. In the finish 2+2 is nothing compared to this when it comes to thickness, but it is like that thick. There's Nella. Åsle is listed as the other stitch. Okay, I think Dollarn is also listed as an other. And there's a couple other ones like that. When I did the Ukrainian egg, if you've seen that one on Instagram, it was almost like this, but I did it different. It was almost like this. But you can see the little video of how I did that on Instagram. But I was trying to do Åsle, or no, I was trying to do like a double Dollarna, but it doesn't have a name, so I think we're just going to call it the Ukrainian egg stitch. No, but it was basically like Dollarna as if you did mom and 2 loops behind and then I think twisted. Anyway, Lizzie has to work on a knitting commission and set of gloves for a costume, so no null binding for you today. That's okay. You're going to be just like me. Kiwi says, my fingers are hurting, so I've taken a break from needle binding, but luckily I'm done with the Christmas and the stash busting. Yes, great. You made like, was it 2 pairs of socks or like 4 pairs of, and like 2 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of footies, 5 hats, and the kitchen sink. Good job. I think you were probably one of the first ones that finished. And you like bet 1,134 grams, I believe. 1,134 grams. So over a kilo of yarn. I bet a half a kilo and I'm not done. No, I will be. I just have the skinny yarn left. So I don't like the hat that I'm making with it. It's too thin, but I'll just finish it and that'll be that. We'll give it to Torben. He was wearing it a little bit last week. So yeah, no, Lindsay, I'm distracted. Arlene's here. She's got a high of -13 in Winnipeg and feels like -22. All right, you win for the coldest. All right, I'm going to get Carl. Carl! I think he might be outside baking. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. I call this ancient Norwegian Christmas tradition. No, it's not. But in my kids' family, they do this every single year. They make, whoops, peppercorn kit. Well, we buy the kit, though. So this is what we're going to make Carl build today, by the way. Sorry. There we are. I didn't think I could find these. They were harder to find this year. So I bought these ones, which were almost as good, but there's no building necessary. You decorate them and you put a ribbon through the hole and you hang them from your window. And then they get really nice and dusty. And then you eat them. No, And we usually just smash them with a hammer, maybe eat some of it, but usually it's so dusty we just throw it away. All right, you ready?
No. But
Too damn bad. You're going to do this. All right. So we'll just move this. I'll move my computer over here.
we are baking in here.
We're baking in here. Yeah, that's why we have all this wonderful tablecloth plastic wrap thing. So I don't know how well this will show up, but
How much baking is required on this house?
there's no baking. We just have to assemble. You can see the picture on the back.
That's cheating us.
Yeah, if you need the instructions. This is how you put the pieces together. There's always one broken piece in this thing. Maybe I need to put the camera further back. I'll get a chair. So how'd you do outside, Carl? How did you do outside today?
It is very, very, very cold.
I don't know if that's going to be tall enough. Maybe get some books. Was it -10? Was I remembering that correctly?
I don't trust the phone temperature, and I don't have a thermometer, so I don't know. But
Winnipeg had feels like -22 today. That's a little bit better. We can go
I think
higher.
it was a little bit less cold than it has been for the last couple of days because of the snow, but it feels very cold because of the moisture.
Yeah, we hit -22 in Vespi. I don't know how well this is going to pick up the volume because usually the camera has to... Oh, maybe I can just turn the camera around. Let's see. Because for some reason... Oops. Some reason my YouTube only likes the back microphone, the selfie mode. Let's see. And then we get down like that. So you can see... Oops. All right. We'll do like that for now. I can see on the computer anyway. Okay. How many of you have done your pepperkaker this year? There's a bunch of Norwegians on, so you must have. Kaya's on her way. We're going to be there on Christmas Eve and hopefully before 9 p.m.
It depends on your cats, woman.
Depends on the cats, yeah, if they want to be captured. Garcia says no stash busting, but stash building. Lost. We need to do a stash building challenge. What do you think, Carl?
You want to spin?
No, stash building instead of stash